to Motorcycles and Misfits, coming to you from the Recycle Garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California. Hey everyone, this is Liza, and I know I say this far too often, but what a great day it was today. You can talk now, Emma. Emma's being good because I told her to shut up.
She has a mouthful of cracklings.
No, I've got a mouthful of pork scratchings. You know, and I say that more often than I should as well. I've got a mouthful of pork scratchings.
Let's just say joining me here is mouthy scrackling McSelf. It's Emma.
Hello, darling.
Also joining me in the studio is Neal.
Hey there, moto people.
You sound
It's
so
good to be here.
cool when you do that.
I used to do an announcer voice a long time ago. That's right, folks. Don't touch that dial. You know, when I was a big Frank Zappa fan, but I don't do that so much anymore.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Also joining us in his vintage cool Motorcycles and Misfits Army Green t-shirt, it's Bagel.
Hello, greetings, everyone.
Hi,
With
Bagel.
my best radio announcer voice.
Should we do the whole show in radio announcer voices
Tell them
today?
what they've won, Johnny.
That sounds swell, Liza. Let's do it.
Bagel, how's things in Velveeta?
Yeah.
Oh, doing all right. Been rainy this week, but it's a nice, beautiful, sunny day today. So.
Oh, lovely. Did you get any scooter riding in?
No, not at the moment. I need to do some repairs on the GTS. The water pump impeller is going out.
Oh, dear.
Yes, you know how that is.
Yes, all the things.
So I had a busy day today.
You did. And it
Mhm.
started earlier than you
Oh.
expected.
Good God. Now, let me just share a little too much information. Not that.
No, you can.
No, hold on.
Well, because
No,
when,
I know.
when
I
I
know.
arrived,
Hold on.
you were a little bloated.
I wasn't saying that, TMI.
Oh, I see.
What I'm saying is Sundays is kind of my day to kind of sleep in, and I don't have to open the garage till 11, so I kind of plan to just like hang out in bed and do my emails and just have a lazy morning, which got abruptly shaken around 9:15 when Jake said, "Hey, I'm bringing back my son by to see your Jeep. We'll be there in 15 minutes." And it's like, yeah.
Jake.
But, you know, you have to show a kid the Jeep. So I quickly get ready, but I'm like, well, I'll do this. And then I still have time to go back in before I open the garage at 11. And as we were hanging out in the garage, showing them stuff, people started showing up at 10 a.m. The garage doesn't open till 11. So I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And it was the UC Santa Cruz kind of motorcycle club.
Yeah.
And they had spread the word to everyone that we have free gear. And they told everyone we opened at 10.
Oops.
Unfortunately, I was out in the garage, so I just quickly threw the doors open, but I did not get to go, read the morning constitution.
The ablutions, darling. You
Or
didn't
do
get-
any of the usual morning routines, I'll
So
just
you
say.
were a little bloated when I arrived.
Until about 2 o'clock
Yes.
when I got some relief, because we had a day full of people showing up, working on bikes, but also for gear, which is really great. We got rid of a lot of gear,
Great.
which is also good because I added a lot of gear this week. Did you notice how it's all reorganized?
I was impressed how tidy the garage was when I showed up.
Well,
After
And
the
it
disaster
looked
a few
very
weeks ago.
organized.
Yeah. After the disaster a few weeks ago when the clothes rack fell down and then shed,
right.
much improved.
Well, we've had people dropping off bags of stuff. None of it had been gone through, and all had to be sorted. So, I got a large haul of things from a friend of the show, Jocelyn Snow.
Yes.
She's cleaning out her garage, and said, "Hey, got a lot of stuff if you want to come get it. Track suits, dirt bike jerseys, boots, leather jackets, lots of luggage, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, those
Really good stuff.
wet and dry bags.
Yeah.
Those went down well.
She donated her 2018 GS Trophy team bag that had her name written across it.
That was the first First time she was in the GS Trophy.
It
I think.
was.
Yeah.
That was the first time women were in the GS Trophy.
Right.
Her and Bettina Nadell and their other teammate. Anyway, she's just got so much stuff. She just donated it, brought home a carload. So I had to reorganize, fit it all in. And it was good timing that the UC Santa Cruz group showed up. We had lots of gear. Everyone was getting jerseys because all these college kids are skinny. Even though Jocelyn's a little 5'1" woman, they all are skinny, so they fit the jerseys. Everyone gets a jersey today. And one of the guys took her team bag. He's on the sailing team, and he needed a good wet dry bag to put all of his gear in. So I love that people were showing up and all this stuff was going out there. There was somebody who dropped by a nice leather jacket, had a broken zipper. Sophia fixed the zipper, put it on the rack, and within 20 minutes, another kid had found it and was wearing it and rode away with it. I mean, It was just incredible.
That's awesome. How
much stuff went out the door. Craig came by for Pacific Motorcycle School, and he took just a handful of jackets. And then Clay Murphy's going to come by and take a handful of dirt bike armor and stuff like that. Like Jocelyn's stuff is all little Tech 7 boots. So it's really, we're really fortunate to be in this position to take in and then give it away and make all these people happy about all this stuff that they're getting.
And help keep them safe, too.
Yeah, but I'll tell you who was most excited about it. Earlier this week, I had a Twisted Road rental request for the Niken. And the request hadn't come through, but the renter had been messaging me about the Niken and this, that, and the other. He goes, would you be able to rent it as soon as tomorrow? And this was like afternoon. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, okay, well, can I come see it first? He said, I'm in the area. I'm like, sure, come on by. So he comes by and he brings his girlfriend and he explains to me that he's been trying to rent it on Twisted Road, but there's a problem with him getting his identification verified. He wants to see if I'll just rent it to him. I'm like, no, sorry, just has to, everything, nothing personal, but everything has to go through Twisted Road. I mean, just for the fact that there was one time somebody rented my KLR and the battery died on them. And they're like, come get your bike. I'm done. And they just abandoned it down in Big Sur. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I remember that happening.
But Twisted Road arranged to have somebody pick it up and get it back to me. It's just nice having that backup,
Right.
So I'm like, no, sorry. We need to go through Twisted Road, but let me make a call. I know somebody, and I texted Austin on the side. Hey, I got a kid trying to rent my bike. Can you take a look, see what's going on? And pretty soon the rental request was through. And so I'm like, yeah, I know somebody. So that was very nice that Austin answered after hours, by the way. Thank you, Austin, for that. But he also didn't have any gear, and he's asking, do you have some helmets we can borrow? I'm like, step into my office and showed him all the gear. And he's like, wait, this is all free? Oh, yeah. Kitted him out and his girlfriend, including rain gear because it was drizzling that morning. So they came back the next morning to rent the bike.
It's perfect Niken weather.
But here's the thing. The girlfriend was not wanting to get on the bike. The roads were wet. She didn't trust it. And I'm telling her, of every motorcycle in the world, this is the one you want to ride on a wet road. This is what the Niken is made for. You'll be good. Any other bike, I would be cautious of renting it when it's wet out.
Maybe it's not the bike as much as it is the rider. I don't know.
Well, she'd never ridden on the back of a bike. This is her first time.
Okay.
So I was trying to put her at ease. I'm showing her how to get on and off properly so you're not pulling the rider over, how to grip in your knees and all the things, and just trying to make her feel comfortable. And she was still like, I don't think so. I don't know. So then he talked her into just doing a lap around the block to try it out. And they did that. And then she was just like, maybe. By this point, the bike is it's rented. They've got the keys. I've locked up the garage. They're out negotiating on the street. I'm done. I leave. I get a message from them later that afternoon. They had said that he was going to return it that afternoon. And he's like, can we keep it longer? They went up, on my advice, they went up all the way up 9 to Alice's. And then down through the Honda down to 1. And then they rode all the way to Big Sur.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They just had this great ride. She fell in love with riding on the back. She said he rode really responsibly. He said, I love this bike. It made me feel safe. Everyone had a great time. They come back and they're both like, can we keep all the gear? Yes, you can.
That's awesome.
What a great experience.
Yeah.
Oh, sell him that I can.
He doesn't live here.
Where's he live?
Oh.
He lives back east, I think
Oh.
New Hampshire, but he's actually, is it Romanian?
Okay.
He's only been here like 6 months. And he's like, Americans are so nice. Everywhere he goes, he's meeting people who are like helping him out. But he's just that kind of like guy who's got, meets you with a smile and just loves life. And so anyway,
Yeah, good.
so I got rid of that gear too. And that felt really good. And I had a good Twisted Road rental. So that worked out. I wanted to share with you just a little story. On Friday, Scotty said, hey, a couple of us are going for a ride after work. If you want to join us, we're taking the trail 90s and stuff. And Scotty was on the Passport. Is that a 70?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a 70. And I'm like, should I bring the Amigo? I don't know.
Oh, you'd be overgunned.
It doesn't have any plates on it. But I'm like, I'll do it. So Scotty's got this whole group. I call it the parade of idiots. This whole group of people riding these Passports and Trail 90s and all that. And here I am on the Amigo. And we just rode through town, went West Cliff, and then we rode up to the train tracks and we're just bopping around in the dirt. And then they're like, let's go up Empire Grade. And this is like at dusk. And I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I'm going to head home. And they did on all those little bikes. And Empire Grade is one of the mountain roads. It's pretty fast. I mean, people do 60 on it.
Easy. Yeah. It's got some straight sections in it.
Yeah. And they're out there on all these little trail bikes and a Passport 70. I'm like, see ya. Have fun. But that's so Scotty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of all the bikes she could choose to ride.
Yep. But, in Monterey, the little bikes, you never see one or two. They always arrive in a gang.
Yeah.
They usually arrive in tens and multiples thereof.
There's safety in numbers,
Yeah, well, that's what they say.
lack in displacement, they make up for in sheer numbers.
Well, they make up for in noise.
So,
the noise coming out of these things. If you haven't heard a Grom with a Yoshimura straight through exhaust, it's biblical.
Yep.
Can I share a non-motorcycle story? It's also a non-Jeep story.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, as long as that's the case.
I don't know if either of you heard. I told it today in the garage, but I know Bagel doesn't. I don't know if you heard it about Scotty's party I went to. Did you hear this?
No.
So Scotty, bless her heart, she invited me to a little party at her house.
Yes.
That was a pumpkin party. So everyone had to bring a meal that had pumpkin in it. So there was
Nice.
pumpkin lasagna and
God.
also pumpkin focaccia bread. And it was actually really good.
Okay.
And I brought pumpkin ice cream from Mary Ann's. And there was a lot of families and a lot of little kids. And I didn't really know anyone there but Scotty. So I'm just talking with people, chatting them up. And then it's getting, after everyone's eating, and I'm just watching all these kids. And they're like, Scotty's kid is like making drinks for everyone over in the corner of the yard and bringing over very, very frothy drinks that apparently have soap in it. So everyone's being cautious, but the kids are generously making mud pies and drinks for everyone and passing them around. And I'm like, oh, these kids are little pranksters. I'm like, I told Scotty's wife, I'm like, hey, can I take the kids to play ding dong ditch?
Oh no.
And she's like, oh, I don't know. I mean, the neighbor. I'm like, no, but here's the thing. They had like all these pumpkins. I'm like, we're going to take pumpkins and we're going to leave a pumpkin on the doorstep, ring the doorbell and run. Like, this will be fun. And
a drive-by pumpkining.
Right. I'm like, come on. It's like, it evens out. So then, okay, well, let me just tell you which houses are approved. These are people that we know won't get mad at us. So I'm like, okay. And she tells me which houses. And I'm like, I gather a bunch of kids. I'm like, hey, kids, come on. Come with me. Grab some pumpkins. They're like little pumpkins, right? What are we doing? Come on. We're going to go ding dong door ditch. What's that? Oh, you wait and see. So I got these kids from like 5 to like 9. I think Belden, Scotty's daughter, was the oldest, right? And they're just following me like the little Pied Piper. And I'm like trying to wrangle, hey, get out of the street. Get out of the street. Like they're just da-da-da-da-da. I'm teaching them like, you got to stay in the shadows. You got to talk quietly.
Teaching them street smarts.
And you got to sneak up on the house and you got to scope it out. You got to come up with a plan. So we get to that first house and we're like kind of hiding in the bushes, peeking over. I'm like, okay, there's the door. So here's the plan. You guys are going to go up and each set a pumpkin on there. One of you's got to ring the doorbell and run. Who's going to be? And like 3 of them are like, not it. And Belden's like, I will. Like, okay. So they go up and they set the pumpkins down and then they run. I'm like, you didn't hit the doorbell.
It's called like, ding dong.
She's like, I didn't see a doorbell. I'm like, well, then go knock. So I send Belden back. She runs up, knocks one and runs. I'm like, run. We're all running. And then we go around to the next house and we got to come up on the side road. I scope it out. All right, again, going to go up and set the pumpkins down and somebody's going to ring the doorbell and run. So once again, they go up there and they run. I'm like, you got to hit the doorbell.
But I mean, it's kids.
I know. The one kid who's 5, he's like, I don't think I want to do this. I'm like, it's all right, kid. Stay behind me. It's cool.
If you're getting the voice of reason from a 5-year-old Liza,
and then the 5-year-old is like, can we do this house over here next? And he starts leading us down the street. And I'm like, which house? And he goes, let's do this house. Yeah, this will be a good house. And then one of the other kids is like, is that your house? I'm like, hey, kid, is that your house? Yeah. I'm like, no, we're not doing your house. Come on. He was so scared. So now we've done
clever
2 houses. That second house, we have to like, I make her knock on the door and run. I'm like hiding behind a telephone pole. There's kids behind bushes, behind cars, and we're all just watching. And no one ever answers the door. So I'm like, okay, we got a couple pumpkins left. Let's do another house. We've only been approved of 2. So I randomly pick another house because I see the TV on in the living room and I can see there's someone in there. So I instruct them, okay, you go up, set it down, ring the doorbell, and then we run. So they're walking up slowly and they get to the porch to set their pumpkins down. The security lights come on and a dog starts barking. I go, run! They start
terrible
scrambling, and this one kid is like bobbing in and out behind cars, up and down, and one kid is like doing circles in the street, and another kid is like running through yards. And I, at that moment, realized I should have gotten a head count of how many kids I had because I've completely lost control. They've lost their shit and are just running amok. And I'm just trying to like wrangle them, corral them, and get them back to the yard.
You are an appalling influence.
Leslie, you're terrible.
That sounds a lot like my wife used to do with her little schoolers. So they were about that age between 5 and 7 years old. And you know, I don't know if they did ding dong ditch, but you know, they would take them across the street to the park. And the thing about the head count, that's key.
Yeah, I know. Make sure you come back with as many kids as you left with.
The right way, holding hands, looking both ways.
The same amount or more children. You know, as long as they're in the safety of adults.
When I taught them,
less children is not good.
When you teach them how to walk in the shadows, then you realize you lose them very quickly because they're bobbing in and out. One keeps ducking behind cars, popping up and running. It was very funny. Anyway, I think that they formed some memories. I hope to think.
And were they all reunited with their parents?
They were, but I'll tell you the true compliment. Scotty sent me a text later that evening, and there's a picture of my pumpkin posse they're all eating the pumpkin ice cream and smiling. And apparently they got a text from one of the families who said, "We had a great time. And our son asked if next time you have a party, if you can invite Liza again."
Oh, that's so sweet. Nice.
So yeah, I was the Pied Piper of the children.
Very good.
Yeah. That was a fun time. But speaking of children, isn't it? It's so fun.
Nice segue.
Sharing things, just like, well, look, Mike came by the garage today.
Yes.
With a really cool bike.
Yes.
How do you pronounce it again?
Ovale.
Ovale. I was going to say Uvalde, and that's
No, that is
an
Ovale.
250cc race bike.
It's the brand new one.
Brand new. And he said there's 8 in the country right now?
Oh, I think.
Yeah, I think he said like 20.
20?
Yeah.
And he got one. But he loves getting these bikes for his kids. And I know that Freya has a little Ovale, and this is one that she can grow up into a 250cc. That they're going to be racing in is it the Rookie Cup at MotoGP where the kids race, I think?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And so he's riding it now, but he's like, this will be for the kids to grow up into. And it's so cool when you see families sharing an experience like that.
Yes.
Exactly. Which brings us to our guest tonight.
Nice segue, Liza.
Did you like that? Was
I
it
know.
good?
I think that was very professional of you. It's
Thank
remarkable.
You. Thank you very much. Joining us tonight from the Itty Bitty Racing Committee, we have John Cloonan. Hey, John, how you doing? You are muted still. Go ahead and unmute. There it is.
Hey, there I am.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, thank you. So, and my daughter actually was going to be joining us as well. So,
yeah, well, we can start getting to know you, and Annie will come in. But yeah, you reached out to me as a father-daughter race team. I'm like, that's all I need to know. I don't need any more information.
we get that a lot, actually. So.
Yeah, because like I said, with our own Mike who's getting his kids into racing,
right.
and just one of the things I love when we go out to Hollister dirt biking and you see the amount of families out there, and then even from last week about Angels in the Dirt, right?
Right.
About now I'm blanking on her name.
So
about Caroline.
Yes.
Who raced as a small child, and it was a whole family event, and it was so cool to see that. So I love that, and I support that, and I think we need more of it. So John, tell us your story, because you started out racing a while ago and took a break.
I was going to say, John, I suspect when your daughter joins us, she's going to steal the show.
That is absolutely true.
So, we need to know everything that we need to know about John before that happens.
You got it. Well, so I started racing actually in 1989 in the Loud Road Race series in New Hampshire. Raced that for a few years, moved here into the South, raced WERA and CCS here in the South up until a few years ago. Man, I better talk faster because it looks like my daughter's in the room now.
Hello!
And then I took a bunch of years off because life got weird. I got cancer. And I got divorced from Annie's mom and all kinds of stuff. But then I came back when I turned 50. And decided that instead of racing a big bike, which I'd always done, 600s, 1000s, that kind of stuff, I was going to go small because a good friend of mine loaned me a Ninja 250 for track day. And I was like, this thing is dumb. And it's absolutely a blast. So I raced that bike for one season. And then I moved up to a 300, raced that for a season, and then invited Annie to join me. So.
That's really cool. Hello, Annie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
We're just learning about how this all came to be. So, John, were you racing in like AFM, that kind of stuff?
No, I was racing in WERA here in the Southeast.
Where are you?
Because they're originally WERA and CCS.
Okay.
But we're currently racing WERA here in the Southeast.
Where in the Southeast are you?
I'm out of Woodstock, Georgia.
Oh, yes. I know it very well.
Northwest of Atlanta. Yep.
Yep. I used to live in Atlanta. Woodstock, is that where the 2 wheels only campground is?
No, that's
That's further.
Suches, which is about
Yes.
50 miles north of us. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That is a
Used to spend a lot of time there.
motorcycle only campground. It's really cool. And
Yeah,
then they have
super.
like a lodge and everyone gathers at night and shares all their riding stories from the day.
So,
Oh, yeah. And a good friend of mine is actually running a charity ride that starts there this weekend.
Ah,
So,
neat.
fantastic. So we're going to come to Annie in a moment. We're not quite done with you yet, John.
That's
So
fine.
when you came back on this Ninja 250,
Yep.
you were 50, you said. How old was Annie then?
So let's see. So I was 50. That was 5 years ago. So Annie was 17.
Okay, so right at the point. And so I can jump over to you, Annie. Were you interested in racing motorbikes when your dad got back into them? Or you just, this looks like fun, I'm going to dip my toes in?
I was more excited for him than I was anything. I mean, I'd always been on a bike but like I didn't even have my street license yet because you can't get your street license in Georgia till you're 18.
Right.
So like I hadn't really been on a motorcycle other than a dirt bike other than like riding pillion ever. So like it definitely was something that was interesting to me and like I was excited for him to go back to it, but like at the time I didn't really have any interest in doing it myself.
Ah.
So how old were you when you were riding dirt bikes when you started?
Oh
doing that?
God. 6? Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, so you were
Cool dad award.
like on a
Right.
PW50 or something like that, or
Yep,
That-
a pink PW50.
awesome.
I do remember that. I remember taking the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, the MSF, their dirt bike course. I remember taking it once when I was 6 and crying and not making it through because it was too hot. And then taking it again when I was 8 and passing it that time and going in trail riding pretty much as often as we could until probably I was like 16 or 17.
Okay.
Yeah, gotten an accident that kind of turned me off of that because when you fall off a mountain on the dirt bike, it generally kind of makes you not want to do that again for a little while.
Right.
Kind of
And
takes your
then-
stoke out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
I think it was also the god awful rural hospital we were at too, because we were way up in Blairsville, Georgia, and the
You know,
to nothing.
I mean,
So-
yes, I do fear that the hospital part of that experience was really the least of my personal concerns because I ended up with a big old hole in my knee.
Ooh,
Ouch.
nasty.
And so that one kind of turned me off of that for a little while. And then when I was 18, I got my first like street bike,
Right.
and my license. And then
so what street bike?
it was a 90, you know this, 95, I don't remember. It was a 95 EX 500.
Yeah.
which is
Fantastic
Okay.
bike.
So, yeah. So it was, it was carbureted, which was awesome, which meant I was on the side of the road more often than just as much as I was riding it. But,
That wasn't the carburetors. That was the 30-year-old
But
motorcycle.
I think
No.
I think the point is you've been around motorcycles pretty much all your life, clearly, as has your dad, and you've just kind of narrowed it down now to riding track, which is
Yeah.
fantastic. So,
Emma, guess what bike she started riding track on? You're going to like this. Annie, tell her what you're riding.
I started on the Benelli TNT 135.
oh,
Yeah.
fantastic!
I have
Yes.
one. I love it.
Oh, it's the best. I love that silly little
I
motorcycle.
can't even
I know.
imagine there's a class for that.
Of course there's a class for that.
In
It's
fact,
called stupid.
that's a bigger class. That's a bigger
Yeah.
class than because there's a Grom Cup class too. So
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
Wait,
it's called
wait a minute. This is a complete revelation to me. So the Grom is in a separate class to the Benelli TNT.
yeah,
Well, so we race all together. It's one big race, but the different classes race against each other. So like all the Groms are competing against the Groms for points, but like we're all racing against each other.
And what
So
about the
there's, like,
Z125? So they at the back doing the best they can or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
So
yeah.
of the Grom, the Z125, the Benelli, which is the best?
The Benelli.
Oh, there you go.
The Benelli's got more horsepower.
It's got an extra 10. That's right.
Okay.
It's got an extra. I was going to say it makes 12 horsepower to the Grom's 9.
Hey, that's a big difference.
So we've kind of jumped forward now that Annie's racing Benelli TNT 125.
135.
135, forgive me. John, what are you racing right at this time? Are you
At
still on the
that point,
300?
I was still on the 300. I really fell in love with that class because it changed the way I looked at racing.
Right.
Because, on a 600 or 1000, it's a point and shoot bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the 300 is a corner speed bike. And so you have to change your lines. You have to learn to carry more speed in the corners. It's just a completely different experience.
You win the race in the corners with technique, not in the straightaway with power.
And nobody has power, so you have to be a better rider than the other guy.
Now, did you stay with Ninjas or did you defect to R3s for a while?
No, I've been Ninja 300 the whole time.
It's a great bike.
Yep.
I mean, you started on the Ninja 250 actually, and then
I know. I already you missed that part.
Excuse me. A minute. I was a minute. I needed water.
Can you tell this is a father and daughter combo?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
This is good content.
Yes, absolutely. So, you've moved clearly, Annie. Let's go back to you. This is great. This is great content. So, how long were you with the Benelli 135, the TNT?
So that was actually my 21st birthday thing, was going and racing the Benelli for the first time, and then I did that. I finished off a season on that. So April to October, did the full season on that, or as much as I could.
Okay.
And then.
And that was last year, correct?
Yes.
Because you're 22 now. Okay.
Correct. Yes. That was last year. So did that for a season. And then when my dad was getting ready to go out for his surgery and could not race for the season, I was like, hey, you don't want that motorcycle to just sit there for a season. The Ninja 300 just sit there for a season, right?
Right.
And so now I race that. And now it's mine. Crazy how that works.
So I'm just curious if Annie, so did John pull you into motorcycling? Was this your own passion and your own path to two wheels?
I mean, I think any 6-year-old is going to do what their parents like to do.
Yeah.
But like it's definitely like my own passion. Like there's definitely a passion that is from him. Like I don't know if I necessarily would have gotten into it on my own, like if I had neither parent was truly good at, like, into motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was kind of destined to be already, and then I just stuck with it because I do love it. Like it is my own passion. I'm not just doing it to please them, because I don't do anything to please them.
And that's what I love hearing, that you can have family members sharing the same passion, and that's really cool.
And there's a very short story about that, though, that I'd like to share.
Yeah, please do.
When she was, so I was racing and doing track days when she was, like, from the day she was born. And I was getting ready to go to the track, and she was all of 3 years old, and just walked up to me and looked at me and said, "When can I get my own bike?"
Wow.
And I told her that's how she ended up in MSF dirt bike school, because I told her she had to pass it first. So, no, I didn't wait for her to pass it, but hey, what the hell? So,
we don't wait for much.
we don't wait for much. You want a bike? I got a bike. Here, let's go.
Nice. So have you guys been on the track at the same time yet? And who's faster?
Okay, I'm going to answer this question.
And then I'm going to correct you. So, but okay.
I'm going to say that we have been on the track. No, we have been on the track at the same time, but he's been racing for at least a decade longer than I've ever been alive. So, there's a definite asterisk of, yeah, he's faster, but he's got a little more experience than I do.
So old age and treachery will outdo youth and skill.
For now.
See,
give me another year.
Yeah, this coming season.
Right.
This coming season, we will. So we've shared the track on the minis, on the mini class bike.
Yes.
This coming season, we will both be on Ninja 300s.
Nice.
Going into the season, because as Annie mentioned, I didn't get my bike back.
So now you have to locate another one.
Just an excuse to buy
I
a
have
new bike.
already I've already bought another one, and it's just about done being prepped for racing. We'll be picking up tires at the GNFs in a couple weeks, and we will be on we'll be on just about identical motorcycles.
Can we actually have a brief talk about race prepping? Because it's a very different animal than track day. People are, track day, you do this, this, and this. If you're race prepping, it's a very different animal. So,
thank you.
You went on to Craigslist or whatever, got yourself a Ninja 300. This is the one, you bring it home.
Yep.
Now the work begins. What do you do, John?
Well, so with the I'm gonna tell you just a little very quickly with the 300 is I bought the 300 off of another racer.
Oh, so it's okay.
And the bike was nearly done.
Both of them.
Yeah, but the 250 the
off
250 I built.
Yeah, but like both 300s we've bought off of other racers.
Yeah, because after building the 250, I was like, okay, I don't want to do this a second time. But with the story with the 250 is you completely tear the bike down to the frame, and you do whatever is legal to the motor to hop it up, in that, and then you start safety wiring everything. And then I'm big on taking weight off of bikes, because particularly in this 300 class, because I am a 200-pound guy. And so as much mass as I can get off the bike, I do. So I whip out the Sawzall and I start cutting parts off the bike. If it's street stuff, right? Because of course you've already thrown away all the street stuff, the lights, the mirrors, the bodywork. You've bought a race body for it. And then you just start cutting the tabs off. You lighten up the fairing mounts. You take off the mirror mounts. I think I took 6 pounds out of the tail section.
Wow.
I also run run what people think is a bicycle chain on that bike. It is a
bicycle chain.
Well, it's a 415. It's a 415 pitch chain.
Right.
Wow,
It's
that's a really
very
narrow
very
chain.
small chain.
Yeah.
But it took 7 pounds of unsprung rotating mass out of that bike.
Right,
Wow.
and low friction as well, because
Correct.
what we're doing is we're
ring chain.
reducing weight, reducing friction.
Yep. And it's a non-O-ring chain, so you don't have the friction of the O-rings in there. It means your chain care gets to be really, really, really a thing, because but I've managed to get 2 years out of that 415. But aluminum sprockets, then you get your transponder mounted, because you got to have that. I also take the ignitions out of them, so all my bikes start off the kill switch. Am I missing anything, kid? There's
suspension.
I tear hell. Oh yeah, well then suspension, right? The first thing is really suspension. You rip all the suspension out and replace it with much better stuff.
Well, that's where all the manufacturers shit out is on suspension, because that's where they're going to cut corners.
Well, and
well, especially on the small bikes, right? Because they're really they're not designed. Thing's not designed to be a race bike.
Yeah.
It's a commuter. So like we run Olin's in the back and Andreoni's forks in the front. So everything, and of course all the spring rates have to be changed, because they're sprung for a 140-pound Japanese guy. And I'm not that, neither is Annie.
So are you prepping her bike the same?
Her bike and mine are both prepped, and they are the only difference right now is I don't have the and Shirai batteries too, the lithium-ion batteries. That's 4 pounds right there. The only difference between her bike and mine right now is I don't have the chain kit yet on it.
Okay.
And I'm running a lead acid battery, but other than that, everything else is identical.
So, and this is vital information. If anybody's thinking, hey, I want to actually race prep a bike, it's hugely involved. and
Oh,
just
yeah.
to make
and
the
other
bike
thing
legal.
yes, safety wire.
Oh, it's
Oh my
everywhere.
God, safety wire everywhere.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I cheated on the 250 when I went to go have it safety wired, and I got Huey Stewart, who was an AMA wrench back about a decade ago. I had him do it, and I gave him $300. It was the best money I ever spent
Because it's everywhere.
because it's everywhere and it's everything, and honestly, people who do it, and I came back, and that safety wire was a work of art. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I did do both three. Well, I did a couple extra things on the 300s because they were done by the prior owners. But
So,
Nice.
I'm going to jump back to Annie. So, how do you like that 300? Agile, plenty of power.
I mean, I wouldn't say plenty of power.
Well, it's less
It's no
stout than the
Gixxer.
Ninja 500, but
I mean, it is truly one of the best bikes I've ever ridden. I mean, to be fair, like riding a bike that is race prepped is so different than riding anything that you're going to ride in the street, because
Right.
it's going to you're going to feel everything under you. It's going to feel like it's going to handle a lot differently, because you're riding it so differently that it's a dream compared to anything else. Honestly, it helps that I love it because I get to go race. That's huge.
right.
And it is, it's my first real race bike. So I have a lot more love for that than I did the 500. I also did not spend a lot of time with the 500 because I sold it when I was in college, because I was living in Atlanta at the time, and I was doing degrees in math and physics, and that was not a great combo for motorcycle riding.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I know a lot of people say that riding on the track actually slows them down on the street because you become aware of all the dangers and threats. Have you found that, Annie, that it makes you a more cautious rider on the street? And John, does that make you feel more comfortable with her out there riding?
neither of us have street bikes anymore.
Oh, so yeah.
Wow.
there
Well,
you
that
go.
kind of answers that question. So,
I sold my I had a Ninja 1000 for the street that I sold in the fall earlier this summer, so I could buy the other Ninja 300
Yeah.
and prep it. So
Yeah, no.
neither of us actually own a street bike anymore.
I know a lot of racers that happens because it just becomes a whole other
right.
daunting thing. You become so aware of all the risks out on the road, though. To many people, it seems like on the track you're taking all the risks.
No.
Well, it's a different kind. Yeah,
But you're not. It's controlled.
It's
It's
very
so
controlled.
much safer.
Yeah,
Right.
I've never seen a mom in a Suburban coming the other direction while texting in my lane on the racetrack. It's the craziest thing.
I've never
So-
seen a dead possum in a blind curve on a track.
I've seen some animals.
It's like I distinctly remember we were at Jennings, which is in Florida, and it was the first time that I was doing a track down the 300, and it was the first time that I'd seen the debris flag, and it was for a turtle on the
Oh,
track.
how funny. Yeah,
And it was-
yeah, that
Nah,
happens.
put no doubt.
the corner worker was coming out of her corner, her little spot, waving the debris flag and pointing, and I had never seen the debris flag before, so I was like, uh-oh, what did I do? And then I happened to look on the other side of the track, and there's a turtle just chilling on the track. I was like,
Just
okay, I'm not gonna hit you,
Oh,
don't
that
worry.
is wild.
So,
yeah.
just
I mean,
curious.
I hit a squirrel that rode Atlanta
Oh, no.
2 years ago. So I mean,
Poor
it does that. Well, me or the squirrel? I mean,
Yeah.
I did keep the bike up, so I guess the squirrel was kind of bummed. But that little bastard sat there and just stared at me like, "Come on."
Bring it.
Yeah, I thought he was going to move, but he didn't. But he just
Oh, no.
stood there looking at me. I'm like, dude, I am not getting off the race line.
They're aiming
Sorry.
for you. So,
So-
Annie, I got a question. Since John's got so much more experience, is he the one who's coaching you on technique, or are you getting coaching elsewhere?
I'm definitely. I started off my experience on the 300, because when I was on the minis, it was a lot more like him coaching me. But it's harder to coach somebody when you're not out on the track with them.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been able to be out on the track with me this season. So like when we were out on the minis together, I mean, it was him. It was also everybody who rode by me.
It was the
'cause
entire Wera paddock. Yeah.
No, literally. Well, because like, especially with some of the slower riders, if they know you want to if they know you want to get faster, they'll offer you advice. And so like on the minis, it was everybody I was racing against. On the 300s, I started actually with Precision Track Days, did a one-on-one coaching thing with them, and had a coach for a day there, which was really, really helpful, and really, really good. And then like honestly, like, of course he watches, my dad watches all of my races, and like he'll have advice for me, but like the other racers come and help. Like if somebody passes me, most of the time they'll give me shit for it, but they'll also tell me why.
Right.
They'll be like, you can be faster there, and I'm just like, well, I know, but I'm just scared.
So while we're right there, Annie, let's talk about your peers. So you're a 22-year-old woman. You're racing against all comers. How many women are in the sort of class that you're riding in? Similar age to you? Younger, older?
I'm the only woman in novice in F. There's Emma Betters, who ran the BTR Build Train race.
Mm-hmm.
She rides F Superstock as well. So she's up there with us. But like there's not a lot of women. This is not a this is a pretty heavily male dominated sport.
So do you think that's giving you a disadvantage? Do you feel that there may be a bit of a target on your back? We're not going to get beaten by a girl? Or are they almost like, we really want to see this woman succeed, so we're really going to offer as much advice as we can?
I don't think anybody cares that I'm a girl.
It's just when you're out there,
it's I've noticed it more. I've noticed like more in like track days that I've done, people care more. But that is more the personality of the track day riders, because most of them are 22-year-old guys and they have problems getting beat by a girl, because the girl, all of a sudden, you look to your left and there's two pigtails going by you on a purple bike, and and all of a sudden you find out it's a 300 and it's a girl. Like some guys have not appreciated that very much, but like within the racing community, nobody cares. Honestly, like everybody wants to help everybody the same. I don't think anybody necessarily cares that I'm a girl. Nobody wants to like give me special treatment or not.
It's just the racing. Yeah,
it is. I will say, like I think it's more of a thing amongst us girls that like we care more for each other than the guys. Like we, like there have been girls who have come up to me and they're like, they're like, I know you because you have pigtails and we need to be friends. Like, and that's cool, but like racing wise, nobody cares.
Right.
Nice.
So,
There seems to be a common theme as we talk to more female racers, is that they're accepted. You're racing, you're all doing the same thing.
yeah.
So let's jump over to John, because, I asked a very personal question of Annie, and you're not going to escape either.
Oh, so fine. I can go with you.
Well, no. So, please, how old are you now, John?
I'm 55.
Do you find you're the oldest man on the track?
No, I'm not. I am one of the older men on the track,
but certainly not the oldest.
No. Now, I will say in this class, I'm generally the oldest guy on the track. But in the paddock, no. In fact, one of my best friends is a guy named Doug Parker, who started racing 5 years ago when he was 67. And so he's now 72 and is racing against the advice of his cardiologist, but he's still racing too.
Well, I mean, there's so many things. I mean, you're in a room with three mature people. I think I am the oldest, but
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Neal's.
We've got some
But nevertheless, I
competition.
mean, there's so many things that can go wrong when you get to a certain age. Cardiologist, osteoporosis. There's one.
You know, I always assume that you're oldest because when I first met you and you were wearing that hoop skirt and the bodice.
and riding the steam-powered
Yes,
motorcycle. Yes. Designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel with the wooden wheels. Yes, that's the one.
I got a quick question for y'all. Since next year you're going to be racing together, and are you racing as a team? Are you supporting one another, or is there a big competition between you?
Yes. All the things.
So I mean, okay. The first thing is we both talk massive amounts of crap. like at the end, we are both. Well, he's hyper competitive, and then passed it down to me. So that's
Okay.
his fault. So we're both very, very competitive people. However, I think we both know in our heart of hearts that he's going to be faster than I am. That doesn't mean I won't talk massive amounts of crap, and I won't try and
Well,
beat
no,
him.
hang on, Annie.
It's my goal to beat him. That is my goal. No, don't get me wrong. I don't like I'm fully prepared to beat him eventually. I just know, like, I'm not gonna put the cart before the horse and say that I don't need a little more practice before I'm gonna beat 30 years of experience.
But nevertheless.
I'm still gonna talk shit.
But you can just say, hey, look, John, you're getting older and I'm getting faster. And one day.
Oh, I think I've said those exact words.
I think those words have come out of her mouth. The other thing was...
I was imagining the shit talking in the paddock. You're going down, old man.
Can we hear some of these shit talking that goes around?
Okay, so here, wait. So you want to hear something really interesting is, so we, as racers, we record all of our lap times, right? And at Barber in July, I put up a faster time on the Benelli than he did last year. So I'm gonna beat him on something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but he's going down one way or another. Like, it might just be on the Benelli.
John, how are you gonna feel when that day happens?
I'm gonna be pissed, but I'm gonna be very, very excited.
He's gonna be a pissed off, proud papa.
Absolutely, because here's straight up, I'm gonna make her work for it. Right?
Oh,
this is not going to be a
so no
Dad,
free
let
pass.
me pass.
Yeah.
This is going to be a win it or bin it situation. We're going to be going side by side down into turn 10A at Road Atlanta,
throwing elbows.
We're going to beat the crap out of each other. Yeah,
right. And wondering which one of us is going to actually break last.
Right.
So it's going to be like that.
I'm going to talk about a tough subject, and you can be as evasive as you want. Clearly, you're taking these bikes all over the country,
all over the Southeast, but yeah.
Yeah. How do you finance this? I mean, you've Annie's fresh out of university.
Good question.
You've just got over a a massively debilitating injury. Number one, how do you move these things around? And number two, how do you even begin to approach financing something like this?
Oh, I'm going to take this one. So, because I pay for most of it. So, most of it. You can't deny that. Anyway.
Sponsors. The answer is sponsorship.
We are a sponsored team.
Right.
And actually the motorcycles are moved. We have a transportation sponsor, a company called DR Townsend Construction that actually shifts us all over the Southeast, and in his truck and trailer, as his sponsorship. It's an in-kind sponsorship. We are always seeking sponsors, of course, because, in addition to the in-kind stuff, we need cash. And and I also, I just currently signed on for my fourth job. So I work like a dog to make it able so that we can do this because
We
it's
both work like dogs. I would
Right.
thank you.
yes, we both work like dogs. But who paid everybody? Who paid the race fees last season?
Who paid her for her flights to come back, and who's paying for her races
Fine.
now,
Anyways,
and her track days, and who
wait,
paid
I
for you to
paid
go
for
to?
your track day.
I mean, if
Oh,
you want
well,
us
I
to
trained
just
to race for
leave,
them.
if
They're not done, Emma. Let them finish.
I was going to say, if we want to just leave you two alone
know.
so you can finish
Yeah.
this.
No,
but
who bought the Moto America tickets, Dad? Let's go for it.
You bought the Moto America tickets. Yeah. So, but no, I mean, in all honesty, like sponsorship pays for some of it. And we both work really hard
Right.
to be able to finance.
And
this,
the
it's not cheating.
The reason why I always go and ask questions like that, the purpose of our podcast, first and foremost, is to provide an entertaining platform for our listeners. But I'm hoping your story and stories like it perhaps ignite a little bit of a fire in somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And it's understanding, we've had many world travelers who just basically sit on their motorcycle and ride around the world. We ask the same thing. How on earth do you finance this? So if somebody has a spark lit and they think this is something I'd want to do, it's at least doable.
There's two answers. There's also another answer to that, by the way, which is the mini class is, in addition to being the gateway drug, is significantly less expensive.
Yeah.
Because your race license is it's like $30 or something, right, Annie? You were
something.
Yeah.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. Well, you're not anymore, but you were for a sec. But your race license for the mini class is like $30. Your race entry fee is $60. The race licensing for the mini class consists of 20 minutes of talking to an official. And so they know that you're not an idiot.
Well, isn't tires the biggest expense?
Not in our class.
Ah, okay.
That's part of the reason we actually race the smaller bikes. Because racing the 300 is a fair bit cheaper than the bikes I used to race. When I was racing an R6 or I'd go through a set of tires every race weekend.
Yeah.
On the 300, we go through 3 tires a season.
Oh,
okay.
Two rears in front.
So there you go. They're making smart decisions.
Right. And what's your tire of choice?
I'm a bridge. So we're on Bridgestones. Right now we're running. Well, Annie's running the Bridgestone R11, which is technically a DOT tire, but that's because Bridgestone didn't make a slick tire for this bike until now. But we're both moving to slicks next season. Bridgestone finally came out with a slick tire for this bike, and so we're moving to a slick tire because our tire guy has been trying to get me to move to Dunlops, and I won't. So.
Okay. Yeah, they have got quite odd sizes, the 300s. They've got little 110 on the front. And I think, is it a 140 on the back or a 150? It's a tiny tire, relatively.
It's a 150.
Yeah.
It's a 150. For the race tire, it's a 150.
Yeah.
So I think the street tire is a 140.
Right.
So I got a question for you, Annie. I know you're not riding street bikes now, but do you plan to in the future? And if so, what's your dream bike?
I mean, yeah, yes and no, right? Because, I would love to get a street bike again and get to have more seat time, but I would also, I'm like, the thing is, like the any money that I have goes to racing. So, like, as much as I want to get back on the street, it's not like I'm not like itching for it. I'm not desperate for it. I'd rather spend the money to go for a track day. Like that's
Right.
where I'd rather be. I don't necessarily have a dream street bike because of that. Like, obviously I love the Ninja. I'm a big Kawasaki person. I love I've of course spent my time with my hands in them. Because we talk about him prepping all the bikes, but I was there too. Like I helped with
Okay.
all of that nonsense. And so I know them well. So it would probably be like I do like the smaller bikes. Like I'm not chasing CCs. I'm not looking for a crotch rocket.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to get into that, how much you're learning about wrenching, because that's something that like my dad taught me that I kind of grew from there. And it's really empowering when you learn how to build and fix things. How much have you gotten into that? Do you have your own tool set?
So I've been wrenching since I was little.
Yeah.
Like I've been, so, somebody handed me a screwdriver or a wrench when I was like 4. Like, and I've just kind of stuck with it ever since. Like,
Yeah.
like every time there's been a garage project and I was there, like I would be working in the garage. Like I love wrenching. I think it is so fun. I mean, it is fun to an extent until you actually have to do like the obnoxious stuff, and then it's a little less enjoyable. But like it is, I like spending time in the garage. Like I feel it is very empowering to know that I can fix things and I can work on stuff and that I know what I'm doing and what I'm talking about a lot of the time. Um, like that is one of those things that I'm very happy to know and to have that skill set for sure.
What would be a skill that you have not yet learned that you'd like to on the bike? Have you done like a full engine rebuild or?
I have not done like a full engine. I'd love to start getting to a place where like obviously when like my dad and I work in the garage, like he's got more information. He's just got more knowledge than I do. So I would love to get to a place where I've got, I know just as much and like I understand what's going on where I don't necessarily have to ask for help or figure out what to do as much, Like I want to grow my knowledge. That would be where I would want to know more. Like I'd want to do a full engine rebuild. I'd want to like spend time going through all the little stuff and like understand what's going on under me when I'm riding,
Right.
Fully.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got a great basis because you're strong in math and physics, right? You've got a degree in mathematics, and that's the basis for anything mechanical. I'm lucky enough I own a motorcycle shop, and a lot of the kids, I'm on a route from the local high school. So, of course, they're drawn to my shop like moths to a flame. So, well, how do I become a motorcycle mechanic? And I say, number one, you got to be strong in math. That's your number one before you can do anything else. You've got to, and then of course they look completely dismayed because I'm lousy at math. So get good, kid.
So
I want to drop in.
To be fair,
okay, go ahead. So
to be fair, they went hand. They probably went hand in hand throughout my childhood. Like I've been wrenching since I was little, so it was kind of destined that I was going to be good at math.
Right.
Like it's a kind of a fair trade-off. They kind of went together.
Now, Annie, before we jump back to John, can I ask what you do for a living now? And the reason I ask, are you kind of like, is your reputation at work this complete sort of motorcycle consumed gearhead, or are you just, is that the side of you that you keep on the down low?
Yeah.
Do you keep away from work?
So right now I'm just working, I'm serving. I'm just working in a restaurant. I was doing research for a while, like at the University of Maryland. So I live in DC.
Oh, okay.
So I moved up here to actually do research at the University of Maryland. And when I was doing research, and even now, like it's hard to keep it on the down low because I am gone a lot. Like everybody's like, where the hell do you go? Like it's hard to keep it from people. And like I don't talk about it like all the time, like amongst my friends I talk about it a lot. Like but like it's not something that I wear like on my sleeve, I brag about all the time. Like it's definitely something that like I like to talk about, but like it's not like that forward part of my personality, especially at work. And it's not because of anything. It's just I just like I talk about it so much with like my friends that sometimes with strangers or when I'm at work, it's kind of like, okay, maybe we don't talk about that because then I won't shut up about it.
So just curious, Annie, do you think that when John maybe gets to the age where he's going to throw in the towel, do you think you'll keep racing, or are you doing this as more as a team and a bonding thing between you two?
Oh no, I'll keep
She's like,
racing.
no, I'm going to be on the track.
I don't. Well, I'd like to start out by saying I don't think there's an age where he stops. I think he just, like I think he'll be buried on a motorcycle and that's fine. But no, like even like even when he stops, like I will continue to do this. Like I want to do this on my own. As much as I love being in a race team with my dad, like my goal is to do BTR, like Build Train Race. Like that is my thing. Obviously he can't do that for reasons. Because it's an all
I'm
women
not a
grid.
woman and I'm over
Yeah.
50.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So like my goal is to have my own racing career and experiences, like outside of he and I, like as I love being in a team with him, but like I am my own racer and I will continue to be my own racer well after he's gone.
Right.
Well, how much do you think this has, how much has this affected your relationship? Has this brought you two closer? Were you always close, or?
We were definitely always close. However,
You're your father's daughter?
No. I say that I do different things with both of my parents.
Okay.
Mom, if you're listening to this. Like my dad and I have always been close. I am the only child, so like I'm close with both my parents.
Oh, so you're the favorite kid.
Most of the time. And so but racing together and like seeing each other as often as we do and like doing all of this together, planning all of this stuff together, like it has made us a lot closer purely just because we spend so much time together. Like it's, we were either going to get a lot closer or we were going to hate each other, because you spend that much time.
Especially sharing a tent.
Yeah, we share a tent. We spend it's 4 hours to 4, 6, 8 hours to a racetrack. Like you learn pretty quickly whether or not you're gonna get along. Right. So and we've like I said we've always gotten along. So like I wasn't really worried about it, but it definitely brought us a lot closer together. Especially now that I don't live at home anymore, and so like seeing each other as often as we do like really really helps, and it's definitely brought us a lot closer together.
That's pretty cool. Now, I have a question about your team name.
The Itty Bitty Racing Committee?
Yeah, where does this come from?
So, okay, we were not originally called that. We were originally called something else. Father.
So we were originally called Five Op Racing, which was an inside joke between my girlfriend at that time and I. But right before Annie started racing with us, she left. We broke up, and at that point it was kind of like, well, we don't want to be that anymore. And Annie and I were sitting in an airport.
Yeah, we were sitting in the airport, like coming back from a Thanksgiving trip to the OC family, and we were like, well, we need a race team name, and we were like, well, we ride small bikes, and it kind of was like, what, was it a thing about was it a father-daughter thing? Was it this? Was it that? And it was like, oh, all of a sudden it's like the Itty Bitty Racing Committee, and that just worked. The Itty Bitty, we just had talked it through. It was like a 10-minute conversation, and the domain was available, so we went for it. Yeah.
Nice.
So your season, when does it start? That you're both going to be racing?
February.
End
of February.
And
last week of February.
Where will that be?
Talladega GP in Alabama.
Goddamn Bama.
Yeah, Talladega, no less.
Nice.
That really is something. So how good? We've got a couple of listeners How can they follow you?
Exactly.
Well, we're
Everywhere.
we're itty bitty racing everywhere. So our website is ittybitty.racing.com. We're on Instagram as Itty Bitty Racing. We're on Facebook as Itty Bitty Racing. We're on YouTube as at Itty Bitty Racing Committee. We're on Spotify as the Itty Bitty Racing Podcasts. What am I missing?
We're on LinkedIn.
We're on LinkedIn as Itty Bitty Racing Committee because we are actually an LLC. So
Now let's wait.
We do have a website as well.
I wanted to cover the Itty Bitty Racing podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
So I at the beginning of the season, I think I made a joke actually about starting a podcast, and then like it was just kind of like you want to do it? Sure. So we currently our format is we do a podcast of. So each race weekend is 2 podcasts. We go like 2 episodes. We go into it, and like in the car we record, right? So like as we're driving up, we record. We talk about like expectations for the weekend, how we feel, like what we're looking forward to with that weekend, what we're not looking forward to with that weekend, like like kind of catching up on that. And then on the backside, we do a recap of the weekend. We're also going to start doing more interviews of other Weir riders. We just kind of we like talking about racing, and so we do it too much.
That's pretty cool. So it's a racing podcast, but it's really from your perspective too, and the people you're racing with, and the classes that you're racing. So that's really cool, and that's always my suggestion: is don't create a show just to try and get listeners and think of what they want to hear. Talk about what you love, what you know. And that's...
Well, we're definitely not in trouble with getting listeners.
Right.
Our stats on the podcast aren't great, but that's okay.
But that's okay. I mean, do it for you and saving this time in your lives where you're together and doing this stuff and documenting it. I think that's really great. So if people want to find you, they're just look for the Itty Bitty Racing Committee podcast.
Yeah, the Itty Bitty Racing podcast. Yeah,
Itty Bitty Racing podcast on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other plugs you'd like to get in? Any places you're going to be racing that come on out and say hi to us if you're there, that kind of stuff?
So we're going to be at Barber the weekend of the 24th of October. So coming up in a couple weeks, that's the Weira Grand National Finals. So that's a big race weekend, lots of fun. That's the last race weekend of the season. Then of course we're going to be there we're back on track in February. We'll be doing track days all throughout the off season. We're just come hang out with us come check us out at ittybitty.racing.com too.
As soon as next season's schedule is released, we'll post where we're going to be in that schedule on the Itty Bitty Racing website.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody wants to come out and see races, they have a friend they can come say hi to, say you heard them on the podcast, and go find them and say hi.
And honestly, like even if you want to go see like a race close to you, go to Weira.com, check out the schedule, go see motorcycle racing. It's like, and most of the time it's $20. You can go talk to whoever you want to. You can go see 15 races in a day.
That's the thing about club racing. It is a community that is pretty accepting of anyone. Come on in,
No, literally, like I can walk up to pretty much anybody's paddock and go, tell me more about you, and it'll work out.
Yeah.
Like come out and see us and talk to us because we want to talk to you because we don't shut up.
She doesn't shut up.
I would say just go and just bring a camping chair, sit and just watch the show, the John and Annie show. That's what I think is going to be the most entertaining thing. Awesome. Well,
we've been told we're entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh, you are very entertaining. I'm going to ask you a final question, actually, John.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm going to try and phrase it correctly. It's a personal-ish question, but you kind of brought it up. You said you broke up with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Are you still single?
Yes, at the moment.
Do
well,
you?
sort of.
And which brings me round to my question, and I guess it affects Annie. When you get to that level of racing and being away so often and having a hobby that is so consuming, well, it's really a vocation. It's far more than a hobby.
Yeah.
Do you think that kind of precludes being involved in a relationship?
Annie's nodding her head.
I mean,
Yes.
you need
Yes,
to
it does.
kind
So
of.
I have recently started seeing a woman who has told me that is not going to be a problem.
Fantastic!
Nice.
So,
I
and she fully
wish
expects,
you the best.
So we'll see what happens. So, and no, but Annie, what are you going to say about that?
I mean, of course it does. Like, let's be real here. Like, nobody's like, nobody. If you look at the statistics of racing, where we're gone like 10, 12 weekends a year. We're camping. We spend stupid amounts of money to go do this thing.
Money,
like
time, passion.
passion. Like you have like anybody who dates a racer has to know that they're at the end of the day they're going to come second to racing sometimes,
Right.
a lot of times, and like that's fine. Like, but it's definitely a warning sign. It's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
And
That's a red flag.
Unless that's something that they're into as well,
Right.
and they want to come
Well,
along
then
for
you're
that
just-
ride.
Then everybody's broke.
Right.
Somebody's got to be financially responsible, and it's not us.
And I wanted to say, John, so please forgive me. The idea was not to embarrass you in any way, but really just to exhibit the sacrifice people make as being a racer. You go to any paddock on any race day, and there's the glamour of the race and the excitement and all of the things. But the reality is it's really just a dumping ground of failed relationships.
Oh my God.
I think that should be Wira's new slogan. The
Yeah, there you
dumping
go.
ground
Of
of
failed
relationships.
relationships.
Yeah, why am I not racing?
Oh, my
Come on down, mini club.
Yeah,
Run your
join
ground
in,
for $50.
Bagel. There you go.
Well,
Hey, I mean, you can't say the Groms because we have the grandfather and the grandmother, so,
Right.
and they're married and quite happily married. So
that's
you know.
awesome.
But yeah, when you get up to a certain level, it is just so consuming, though, isn't it? It
Yes.
leaves you little room for anything else.
But you know what, Emma, what you're not taking into account is that racing is a family.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
And you get that.
Those are my
No, I
people.
mean they are, and like, one of the things that I will say we talk a lot about on our podcast is the community of people. Like, I swear we've got 15 episodes or something out right now, and like I think in every single one we go, we love the racing community because we do. Like it is a family. Like obviously, like it makes relationships outside of that harder, but like you also build relationships in the community. Like
Right.
you show up to the racetrack and you're hanging out with 100 to 200 of your best friends at any given time.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think, ultimately, we as humans are very, very tribal. And all we're trying to do is find our tribe. And if you race a motorcycle, you found it.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there are people, you're surrounded with people just like you. It's great.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank both of you for coming on and sharing your story. But especially, sharing a story of family.
Oh, yeah.
Family and racing. I love it. I hope more people can have that shared experience and that bond. And I encourage listeners to go out and seek you guys and go and say hi and use that as an invitation to go check out the races. Because now you have somebody you could say, hey, I'd like to watch and hang out. And I bet you that you'll just say, come on in.
Of course. Everybody's welcome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
You two are great. Thank you for such a candid interview. You're lovely guests. Thank you so much.
Well,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
having me.
We
It
will.
was so
This
much
was awesome.
We will let you
Yeah.
guys go, and I'll provide links. John, thanks. You sent me links to everything. I'll share those in the show note, and people can follow you guys and check out the podcast.
Awesome.
Thanks very much.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thanks. Take
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
So, we're going to continue and you guys can, just go on. So Emma ran out the door. I think she probably needed to go potty, but I will share with you guys, a little dilemma I've been facing. Yes. Well, it's a two-part. So remember last week I was saying, should I sell my bikes? Right? Should I sell any of my bikes to get the bike I really want? And one of the things I checked out, we've been reporting that there's kind of a crash. A lot of used bikes are
prices are not.
They've been coming back up.
Market.
They've been coming back up. But I checked on the Yamaha Niken. There is one for sale in the country right now that I could find, and they're asking $12,900.
Really?
Yeah, and it has the same mileage as mine.
You could buy 2 small bikes with that.
Yeah. So part of me is thinking that even though it seems like it's a bad time to sell, maybe it's a good time to sell a rare bike because there's no other choices. So that's something I'm looking at. But the thing that I wanted to share with you guys is you may not know this about me, but I have zero self-discipline. When I want something, I'm going to have it.
Absolutely shocking.
And I decided last week I was going to get an Ibex 450, so I started shopping around. And this is where I have mixed emotions, and I kind of wanted to get y'all's opinion. So I found one for sale just in San Francisco, north of here. Now, the list price is $64.99. And I messaged them and said, can you please tell me what the out the door price is? And then I get a message, well, why don't you come on in and we'll talk to you? I'm like, they're not coming in, but if you can just give me an out the door price. Well, let's see, what is it you're looking for? And you wanted like, come on in. It's like, no, I just want the out the door price. Emma, on a bike that's list is $64.99. What do you think the out the door price is?
8.2.
All right, I'm going to hand you the estimate or the invoice they sent me, and I want to get your reaction.
Oh my God! Oh, no.
Is it 5 digits?
No.
Close.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness.
9,539. So basically, it's a $3,000 markup. No!
Jeez.
So break down what the pricing. What is
so
that?
we've got
markup?
freight, $8.98.
So, and for freight, Emma, that's not freight to me.
No, that's freight from the import concessionaire to the dealer.
To the dealer. Okay.
Now, they're making markup on that.
All right.
Dealer prep, $9.98. So they're charging you if their labor rate is $150 an hour.
Yeah.
They are charging you pretty much
It's like 7 hours of labor.
6.5 hours of labor.
Does that sound right to you? Emma,
No.
for a bike like that?
No. And then, of course, you've got sales tax. You've got DMV electronic fee of $35.
Yeah.
Sales tax of $720. Title registration fees of $300, which should dovetail into the DMV electronic fee of $35. And then document or administration fees, which also should be the part of the license registration fees of $85. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So I found a second bike down in LA, and they had that one marked down to $54.99.
No kidding.
And so I'm like, oh, $1,000 less. You want to take a guess what estimate they gave me?
12,900.
Probably, I was going to say like 81.
82.
82.
82. So it was a similar situation, a little bit less
lots
of a markup.
packs in it. Yeah.
Now, I was, of course, my initial reaction is, no fucking way am I going to pay that much. But then I have the dilemma because we know dealers. We know people who own dealerships. We know it's not easy. We know that insurance rates are flying. We know that that the manufacturers are giving them higher buy-ins and expecting them to take on more bikes, even though they had less sales the previous year. We know that they're the middleman that's getting pinched. And they are closing left and right.
Right, and it shouldn't be that way. The manufacturers should be the one who are stepping up and helping the dealers. So we know that the dealers are struggling. I don't think any dealers are just making boatloads of money. No, there's no such thing.
They're not.
In 2025, most dealerships, multi-line dealerships, at best are treading water. At worst, they're losing a great deal of money.
The rents are high in San Francisco, which would explain why those rates are high. And so I'm torn because I want to support dealerships, but I don't want to be robbed, which is what it feels like to me.
No, I think, and
this is where I'm torn.
So
who's the bad guy here?
Yeah. So have you had a conversation with the CF Moto folks about this and your experience?
No, because I don't think it's specific to them.
No, but I understand that. But
yeah.
maybe that's feedback that they might need to hear.
Now let me tell you this. So the list price is $64.99. Most of the dealerships around the country have it at that. So a friend of mine bought one in New York. Guess what her out the door price was?
Tell me.
$7,000.
Wow.
You see, and that to me is a more reasonable figure. Make no mistake, that is still $1,600 markup.
Her dealership has sold her multiple bikes, so they waive fees for her. Her out the door price was $7,000. And then she's like, well, do you want me to get one for you? I'm like, I can't, because you can't bring it into California till it has, 7,500 miles?
No, if it's a 50-state bike. All you need to do is ask that question. If it's a 50-state bike, you can bring it in.
So...
Most bikes being sold now are 50-state bikes.
Okay, so this is an option.
It's a question of whether you have to pay sales tax.
So,
right. You may need to pay sales tax in New York and then in California, too.
Well, and here's the problem, too, is I don't think New York can register it here in California.
They wouldn't, no.
Right. So I wouldn't be able to write it back.
You could write it back on New York plates.
But I don't have a New York address.
Yeah, you do.
So,
they might issue a temporary tag in New York for transport, possibly.
I don't know, but it seemed
state laws.
Ridiculous that I could buy it in New York, pay for a plane ticket there, hotels and gas back, and come out at the same price.
What you're going to find, hopefully, is a demonstrator, and that's where you're going to get your big value.
I did find a used bike for sale because this is a 2025 model.
Yeah.
I found one.
Okay.
$7,800.
It's not. How many miles on it?
Oh, maybe 1,200 or.
Yeah, no, forget that.
7,800. It's the only used one in the country I could find. And this is kind of the state of where we are now. And I can just see this as being another hurdle that's going to crush the new bike industry. And in the case of a bike that I really want to buy, but I don't want to pay these prices, which they're having to charge because of all of the expenses that they are incurring from payroll, from rent, from insurance, from buy, the, what do you call it? The buy packages they have to do.
Right.
I don't know. I just don't see how this is sustainable.
And CF Moto doesn't sell directly to consumers, right?
No, most don't. They're just going to sell.
I wonder if they sell one to me.
Do you have a resale license?
Yeah, I've got a California resale license. Of course I do.
No, because you have to have a buy-in usually. They specifically don't. That's why you have to buy a certain amount. You have to show that you have a dealership. You have to, you know how that works.
Yeah.
You got to have the signage. You got to have the all the stuff. So,
well, sorry, Liza, you're just gonna have to kick down. Are there any chocolate bars left, or is that the last one?
There's one left. There's one left. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out, but I'll have to keep looking to see if there's any dealerships a little bit closer.
Maybe in the Southwest.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's hard. Well, hey, let's we're about to get to emails, but first, Neal, I wanted you had an interesting piece of news.
Right.
About, was it Oregon you said?
No, North Carolina.
North Carolina is in the news.
Yes. So North Carolina just, the governor allowed the bill to go forward. So it's a House Resolution 926, which is the so-called Protect the Right to Race law, or it has a provision. So what it means is that a race course that is existing and permitted and has all the original provenance going back can't be sued by somebody who comes in later. Yeah. So it's an anti-NIMBY provision. So of course we faced this very recently with Laguna Seca, middle of last year. The highway.
I was going to say,
yeah. The Highway 68 coalition sued the operators of the track, and they settled out of court and so on and so forth. So I think this is a great thing and we should hopefully see more of it happening where the governments will step in and move to protect racing because it's so important and such a great business revenue generator. Laguna Seca generates something like $260 million a year in revenues.
So that was North Carolina?
North Carolina.
Round of applause for North Carolina.
Yeah, way
Thank
to go,
you
North
very
Carolina.
Much. I appreciate
showing
that.
us the way.
Cheers and jeers. Before I get into my email, let's talk about KTM. Do you? No. Do you remember?
We don't have time.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
We'll read this email next week. Listen, do you remember about 6 months ago, and we were all euphoric about Bajaj taking over KTM?
Yes.
And I said, as good as it is, KTM will not be run like an Austrian company anymore. It'll be run like an Indian company. No. What happened last week? The CEO of Bajaj went public and saying the days of KTMs being manufactured in Austria are largely over. We're shipping everything wholesale to Thailand.
So?
I think it's going to be a good thing. Triumph did it in 2010. It hasn't done them any harm. But I think, I really want to see KTM do well.
What? But how is that bad news?
Well, I mean, it isn't. If you work at the factory in Austria, it's bad news.
Well, did you hear that Zero's moving?
Where are they moving to?
Netherlands.
Wow.
Aha!
Really? That I did not hear.
There you go. They are leaving some of the processes here in Scotts Valley, some of the engineering and testing, but they're moving the whole administration headquarters to Netherlands because U.S. is not EV friendly right now. They're investing into Europe, which is. And that's where they're going to go.
I wonder if they need people who speak Dutch.
Oh.
Do you speak Dutch, Bagel?
Een klein beetje.
I can speak ubby-dubby, and that's it.
What the heck is ubby-dubby?
Ubba-bubby-dubba-bubby.
Oh,
Ubbis ubba labengwabij. The bet abai laburned abaz ubba kabid.
That's Werwer speak.
Frabum the ba tabivabi shabo zaboom.
Have you any idea about what this is? Bagel?
It sounds like you've lost like all functionality in your mouth or something. I don't know what's going on.
This is nothing new for Liza, but
do you smell toast? Are you okay?
Those in the know
Yes.
No. Right, Zoom, ZOOM, box 350, Boston, Mass. 02134. Send it to Zoom. There are people. Write in, people. Write in. You know what I'm talking about. You know Ubby Dubby. Anyway.
I feel we're on a different planet now.
But here's the deal. KTM moving is not.
No, I think it's not a bad thing, but
I think it's a good thing because they're going to try. They're changing things up, just like Zero is changing things up. So you can't judge until.
No, and I think it actually exhibits what a worldwide market things are right now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So. Tra-la-la.
Yeah, let's have a little chat because apparently John wrote in a while ago and we clearly ignored his last email, so we better get busy with this one. So this is from John Saguto.
Yeah.
Greetings, you magnificent bastards. Your combined motorcycle passions and wide-ranging personalities. Liza, you have a wide-ranging personality.
I'm just
what do you
wide
have to,
in general.
Continue to make my work in my motorcycle shop, and he's giving himself a plug here, Sonoma Moto.
Oh, yeah.
Feel like my friends came to visit me while at...
Sonoma or Snohomish?
No, Sonoma.
Oh, hey.
Sonoma.
Different state, darling. Snohomish is in Washington.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sonoma's in Cal.
It's just sometimes when you get drunk and slur, it's hard to tell what you're saying.
I am stone cold sober. Funny you should mention that. I was sucking down a few gin and tonics last night. Emma woke up with quite a woolly head this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, but I had a nice cup of tea and a little cry and I felt a lot better. Anyway, where were we? Oh, it makes him feel like my friends came to visit me while I work once a week. Thank you. I've written to you earlier. This is where we get berated.
Oh, no.
About a local motorcycle legend, Mr. Ray Sotelo.
Oh.
And recently returned from another Hope motorcycle rally. This one was for Prostate Ovarian Cancer Awareness Charity and had the honour of picking the next winner of a new custom Indian motorcycle. They were giving away actually two. As I sat in a full capacity hall with over 350 rally participants, I reflected how much the motorcycle community does to support a wide range of charities. Perhaps this could be a theme of one of your podcasts. Okay. No matter what type, brand, size of bike we ride, we are all part of the two-wheel power sports culture. We acknowledge each other with our hand waves as we pass one another, not as strangers, but other friends in a brief encounter. Except for BMW riders. They're very stoic, you know. I find them very aloof. Very aloof.
They're not humble enough to be stoic.
Was that a jab at our friend, the stoic rider?
No, far from it.
Okay.
No.
Who rides a BMW?
Does she ride a BMW?
Yes.
Oh, dear. No, I always wave at BMWs, and they seldom wave back at me.
Hey, Emma, what size shoe does your mouth take?
Nevertheless, moving on.
How's that shoe leather taste?
Yes. Yet the media often portrays the seedier side of our culture, not shining light on the diverse gathering of strangers who share a deep passion of the many joys and challenges of the open road on two wheels. Tra-la-la! When my non-rider friends ask me about my lifestyle, they are genuinely curious because they know me as the humanitarian of 25 years of doing disaster response with veterans, and in contrast to the media-driven dark side of the motorcycle culture. I mean, is that true these days? I mean, I think we've moved beyond that a little bit. I know motorcycle culture was always portrayed as very seedy in the...
well, that's a generational
No,
thing.
look at the TV shows that are still on. They're still about gangs, and there's a new one.
Sons of Anarchy.
There's a new one that's going to be coming out. I can keep reading. I will have that in a second.
Anyway, I am now part of the aging out of motorcycle generation, and it is the positive media groups like your podcast that can help inspire the next generation of riders. Yeah, well, this is a thing that we all must take the bull by the horns. If we want to continue riding motorcycles, we really got to try and get young people more interested. It is a high honor duty to share the positive motorcycle scooter community. Oh, you got to mention there, scooters, Bagel.
Nice.
And the many varieties therein, so our shared passion does continue to thrive. The ride and riders are very different with each generation. More and more electric motorcycles and scooters come into my shop, and I seem to be one of the few shops still working on vintage motorcycles and scooters. As the smell of two-stroke engine dissipates with time, so do riders and memories. Know that you are more than a podcast, you are apostles of the motorcycle and scooter culture, curators of rotational therapy. I'll take that. Let's have a look. And he gives a link, and apparently it's on YouTube. Please consider watching and sharing this link of a local legend and dear friend, Mr. Ray Sotelo, and you will see a lifetime of motorcycle passion has changed the world. Like most all of us, to eagerly await the next week's podcast. Thank you. Please keep our culture alive with our outstanding interviews, humorous banter, and historical insights of the joy of riding. And that is from John. And he does do a PS, and I do hope to make the pilgrimage to lend my skill to the Recycle Garage someday.
Yeah.
Well, that's very nice. Yeah, I mean, did you find anything?
No, I saw a news thing come across, and I think that there's a new TV show that's being put together. It's going to be about the motorcycle gangs in England.
You know, they did a very good show on Cafe Racers a few years back, and it was a 2-part series. I think it was about 3 or 4 hours, and it really dived very deeply into the whole sort of cafe racer and mods and rockers culture. Yeah. Very, very interesting.
Bagel has a email to read, and Emma, I need you to pay attention.
Bagel has a nicely trimmed beard this week.
Yes, I am very well groomed.
Yeah, you appear to be. Off you go. I'm paying attention.
What's the title?
The title is Leave Liza Alone.
Oh, no.
Yes, someone on my side.
What have I done now?
This is from Matt from Roanoke. And he writes,
Roanoke, Virginia.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
although originally from Ohio, so no southern accent.
Okay. Carry on, Matt.
Matt says, hello, Misfits. While I never find it appropriate to defend Liza as I feel, she can do it. She can do it quite well herself.
That was a backhanded compliment. Yeah.
I encourage all of you to leave her alone about the Ibex 450. As a happy owner myself, I can corroborate her comments that it is an excellent motorcycle. I have done everything from long trips with interstates to 2-track trails in the mountains of Virginia, and it does all of it without a single complaint. I started my adventure riding with a big BMW GS 1100 and Aprilia Capanord, a few KLRs, and now the Ibex.
He's working backwards.
And this is the first
incredible shrinking adventure rider.
Right? Incredible shrinking adventure bike. This is the first one that I feel compromises only slightly in each category to obtain an overall excellent package.
Yes.
Please tell Miss Emma I love her stories, and I never tire of hearing her talk about motorcycle mechanics. Respectfully, Matt.
Oh, that's a lovely email, Matt. Clearly babbling from the sick bed, though. Clearly.
All right. We've got time for one more, and this is a short one. Neal, read your email.
Okay, this relates to something we were talking about a few minutes ago. Okay, so this is from Jonathan Wolfer.
Hey, Jonathan.
Is it about pork scratchings?
No.
Kind of scratchings of a kind.
You see there.
All right. Jonathan writes, on episode 642, Neal's Dutch rudder joke.
Oh,
the
no.
intro made me accidentally spit out my cough drop. I'm glad you didn't choke on it, dude. Because I laughed so hard. Bravo, Neal. Bravo.
Oh.
So, do we need to explain it?
No,
Hold on.
No.
Bagel, do you know what a Dutch rudder is?
There is an internet for that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
It's
safe.
an Urban Dictionary thing, so go there and be enlightened.
absolutely not.
Wait,
I
is
mean,
it safe to Google?
No,
I'm gonna
absolutely
check.
not.
I'm gonna
Definitely
check.
We
not
have
at work.
children who listen to this podcast.
Do not Google that at work.
Hold on. Let me.
It's
Don't
hard to
Google
find
it
jobs these
anytime.
days.
I mean,
Exactly.
as joking as we
Oh.
are, I take a fairly solemn oath to provide content. And yes, occasionally we drop the F-bomb and so on and so forth. But I mean, if there is a child listening to this and is being encouraged to Google Dutch rudder,
Oh,
yeah, oh,
well,
Our only hope is that they
I
have
found the
parental
Urban
filters.
Dictionary. I'm gonna try and
no,
hold on.
no.
Hold on. I'm gonna leave some words out and let people fill in the.
You're going to do a heavily redacted version.
To
Are we going to play?
a
Wait, are we going to play
Dutch
Mad Libs with the
rudder
definition?
is having someone complete the act of self-pleasing by pulling up and down on the forearm.
Oh no, Liza, you really have to stop now. No, you really have to stop now.
While you're washing windows.
Oh God.
Sometimes it's hard to reach that spot, and you
Oh,
get
and
someone behind you pushing your arm,
Yeah.
and it just
Oh,
helps.
God Almighty.
What?
Washing
You just
windows.
take things too far.
What is it? Polish on, wipe off.
Wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off.
Well, you know what? That brings us.
What about working up a lather in the bath?
There's that.
Yeah.
That brings us to the end of the episode. I think we'll end on that. Should we call this episode Dutch Rudder?
No.
With John and Annie? Is that too much?
No.
Oh, no, that's
Okay.
bad.
Liza.
I'm sorry. Itty Bitty Racing Committee. That'll do it.
That's the
much better. That's
title.
wholesome.
Oh, okay. Forget the whole.
My God.
I'm just curious, Emma, what is an English rudder?
An English
Is it
rudder is
helping somebody stir their tea?
yes. Let's do the English rudder. It's helping somebody stir their tea and speak correctly.
And what would be the American rudder?
Getting drunk and falling over, I suppose.
Helping somebody paint the fence.
Right. Oh, yes. It's a Sawyer thing.
Oh God.
I think we're going too far. All right. Okay, everyone, go to motorcyclesandmisfits.com. I still got shirts left. I sold a bunch today out of the garage, which is really cool. We still have those nice black shirts. Your friend Arthur bought one, and he loved the design.
Oh, lovely. Yes, my friend Arthur came by before I had arrived.
Yeah.
Very nice man.
He had fun hanging out.
Yeah,
with
he's a
me
good
and all
egg.
the kids. But go to motorcyclesandmisfits.com. You'll find our shirts. You'll find some pictures. You'll find all sorts of stuff you can see. But also send us your emails
Those things.
at motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com.
I have big news for next week.
Yeah.
I shall be announcing the
Yes.
Jason Awards next week.
I'm going to put it on the calendar so we don't book a guest.
Yeah, put it on the calendar, eh?
Yeah. I'm just checking. Do we have a guest next week? We do. Oh, we have a really good guest next week.
Do you think they'll occupy the whole show?
They just set a world record.
I will be announcing the Jason Awards 2 weeks from today.
Okay. Can I tell you who's coming on next week?
No,
Why not?
because it's going to be a surprise for our listeners.
No, I think this is exciting.
All right, then.
I usually don't announce shows because a lot of times stuff happens and they bail, but I think this one is good. His name is Patrick Cornell.
Okay.
Now, you remember years ago when we had Chris on, who had set that record? He did 100,000 miles in 100 days.
Yes,
Right, yeah.
on his
Well-
Harley Davidson.
Patrick broke that record.
Oh, my God.
In fact, here's the interesting thing. The record prior to that was 45,000 miles in 45 days.
Wow.
So Patrick took both records, put them together, did them back to back.
Holy cow.
He just did 146,000 miles
In
in 146 days on his Indian.
Oh, wow.
That's impressive.
So we've got a lot of questions, don't we? And here's the thing. He finished this, I think, like a week ago. And when I was talking to him, his brain function has not returned yet. He's still kind of living in a fog. And I've heard from people that were like helping him out on the road. And there were times that he was just kind of like not really functioning, just was in like robot mode just to keep going. And thankfully he was able to safely complete it. And sometimes with the help of people escorting him.
But do you think he's done himself a permanent Mickey?
We'll find out, because I wanted to give him a couple weeks to get the brain function going. This is something that's the superhuman.
Yes.
Yeah, because I did that for 2 days, and that took everything I had.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I was on a Vespa, but still, that is
Nevertheless.
Well, I called Wendy and said, "This guy makes you look normal, Wendy."
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
That
is a guest we want to devote time to. So
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot to talk about. So do Jason Award in 2 weeks. I'll put it on the calendar. Send us your emails. Let us know what you are up to. And
what's in your garage? What are you monkeying around with?
Ooh, winter projects.
Yes.
People are collecting winter projects.
All the things. We want to hear about your winter projects. And if your winter project is yourself, and you're knocking off the sweeties and doing Swedish exercises and going to lose 10 pounds or so, let us know.
And I'm wondering if anyone picked up any of those cheap Sportsters to work on this winter.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been checking. They're not so cheap right now.
Yeah.
No, there's still some, but anyway. So send us your emails, motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com. Thank you, everyone, especially Patreon. You guys are the best. If you would like to support this show, you can also find our Patreon link at our website, motorcyclesandmisfits.com.
Tra-la-la.
You keep us going. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Time to get out of here. This is Liza.
It's Emma, darling.
It's Neal.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.